What's up everybody, it's Paul from Boosted Films, and in this video we're going to change the cabin air filter in this 2020 Toyota RAV4. Like most cabin air filters, this one is located on the passenger side of the car behind the glove box. So as we enter on the passenger side, you can move your seat back, give you a little more room, it might help. And then of course empty out your glove box if anything's inside. And then in this particular RAV4, there's this arm on the side that does kind of the soft close. You just pull that off and that should pop free. Next, you need to pinch kind of the inner pieces here to drop this down. There's some parts that catch it to keep the glove box from falling out. So you just squeeze those sides in and then your glove box should come down. So now there's this cover here. You can see the up on it. And what you need to do is on the right side, actually, you just need to squeeze the middle section on the right side, and then the cover should pull off. You can pull a little bit to the right because on the left side of it is where it kind of pushes in. We'll go into more details on that when we reinstall. But here you can see the cabin air filter itself. The element is in this kind of casing here that says up on it. And we're going to pull that out. And in this case, we're going to be removing the OEM cabin air filter that was still in place. As you can see, it's been in here for about 3 years and is due for replacement. So these are pretty malleable. They come out pretty easy. Here's our new cabin air filter that we're installing. You can install any brand, of course, you want. But note that they usually have airflow direction on the side. And a key part here is this can get a little bit confusing if you don't fully understand the way these arrows are working. As we pull out this old one here, it's pretty easy again. It can squeeze and just pull it out. But back to airflow direction. The airflow direction in these is almost always down. So we're going to point the arrow down in the new cabin air filter we put in. But of course, note that there's an arrow pointing up because that's, the way that this just happens to be labeled, this part that holds it in. So we got to give this a turn. It only goes in one way here as we install this new cabin air filter element into this kind of basket that it sits into. So it's pretty easy to put in. Again, we had the airflow arrow pointing down because that's the way a lot of these cabin air filters work when they're positioned like this behind the glove box. And now you can see we're just going to slide this back in place. You might have to lift up a little bit to slide it up in there. Keep it as parallel as you can and push it all the way back in so it's flush. And back to this cover, again, it says up. Look on the left side here and you can see there's these little notches, protruding parts that stick out. So you just got to push those in to the holes that they line up with. And once you push those in, the right side where you squeeze to release it should snap in. So it's really only the right side of this cover that actually snaps in place. It's just maybe the way they casted it that it was easier just to leave those squeeze points in on the left side. I don't really know. But here we go. If you did remove your glove box all the way, you could hang it back on those hinges. Make sure you just push it on those hinges all the way. And then you should be able to just lift up your glove box. You could squeeze the sides again if you wanted to, but you should be able to just lift it up. And then it should catch, so it wouldn't fall out again. But of course, this soft close arm, we're going to push that arm back on in place. And there you go. Now your soft close, soft open should work like it did before. And you have successfully changed the cabin air filter on your RAV4. So if you do just want to buy the exact filter I used in this video, look for a link in the video description down below. Click on that link if you want to purchase this exact one. Otherwise, of course, if I did anything wrong or if you know an easier way to do something, let me know. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Also, if you have a Toyota RAV4 of a different year or maybe a different Toyota altogether, but the process is very similar, if you could do me a favor and leave a comment and let me know if this process worked pretty much the same for you and what your vehicle specs are, that'd be great, just so other people watching this video could confirm whether or not the same process would work for them. But as always, this is Paul from Boosted Films saying thanks so much for watching.